much. We're parents from Byron Court Campaign Group, which are fighting against the government-driven forced academisation of Byron Court Primary School by Harris Delegation, as a collective effort by parents, community members and school staff, including many who've taken 15 days of strike action so far this year and are prepared to keep going into the autumn term. Our campaign has highlighted many injustices that are baked into the system against state schools: chronic underfunding, a punitive inspection regime, a national rush to privatise education despite widespread opposition and no opportunity for school improvement to be made, a worrying lack of transparency and impartiality in the decision-making regarding the future of Byron Court. We've received invaluable support from Barry Gardner, Member of Parliament, Cabinet Member Gwen Brawl, local politicians and candidates across the political spectrum. And now it's imperative that the new government act urgently to intervene in our case if they are indeed serious about protecting and wanting state schools to flourish. We need a renewed commitment to our community schools. It's not a coincidence that the recent turbulence and perceived issues in our schools have occurred with minimal parental representation on the governing body. In the current academic year, we've had only one parent governor to vocalise and represent our views and interests. And yet, only a few years ago, there were 5 parent governor posts, which were subsequently cut by the board without our consent, without consultation, without notification for the parent community. Successful governing bodies must act as custodians, connected to and not untethered from parents in the wider community. Of course, it's important that volunteers are found outside school community to ensure a broad range of skills and experience. However, for too long, there's been an imbalance, and it's been to the detriment of our school. Will the Council agree to undertake a review of school governing bodies across the borough to ensure that there is adequate or sufficient parent voice and share ways of encouraging both diverse and far-ranging views of parents and careers going forward?
Following on from what Nina said, I think we've also experienced a poor level of communication, exemplified by the fact that when the Ofsted report was published in February, one of the major concerns that the parent body brought up at the time was the lack of meaningful communication between the school and parents and carers. We were told at that time that actually more proactive communication would be done in the form of meetings and emails. We met with council officers along with Councillor Grohl back in April, where we were assured that the improvement initiatives that were happening at the school would take precedence over any academisation processes and its related admin. On several occasions, we reached out to Gillian Barnard, who is the Chair of Governors, Julian Parry, the interim executive head, and also directly to council officers to understand what improvement work has been done, because none have been published so far. We were advised on the 1st of July that the focus on communications were to be around the strike actions that the teachers were taking. Irrespective of Mr. Leaning's views on academisation and even the integrity of the Ofsted inspection report itself, Byron Court Primary School was a school that was rated inadequate under the local authority. Byron Court is still under that local authority, and parents and carers deserve to be informed by the local authority and the school about any improvement initiatives that have been made. All we are asking for is communication and transparency. We know that 96.7% of schools within Brent are good or outstanding, and we understand that Byron Court is an anomaly. At the moment, the silence not only feeds the narrative that Brent are not capable of taking on and maintaining Byron Court, it also does a disservice to the teachers and staff at Byron Court that have been working tirelessly to work on improvements and help children not just now but in the future. It would be useful to understand from the Council's perspective, benchmark and develop and share best practices around communication.
Yeah, I want to thank all the parents and the pupils for coming along today. I think you've shown enormous courage and resilience during a really difficult period. And thank you for all the communication and advocacy and campaigning you've done so far. I think I've been pretty clear in my opposition to forced academisation, and I've shown as much support as possible for your campaign. But we do raise 2 very specific issues here tonight, which I'm happy to follow up on. On the second issue, which is the question of communication to the school, I completely understand and recognise Shirley Parks has sent me a copy of a letter which went out to all parents today that answers some specific questions about the improvements the school's making in different areas. So we are moving in the right direction, but that's in part due to your hard work. So I will try and get that improved as soon as possible for you. On the other issue of parent representation, I have had a look at the DfE guidance. It does state that there should be 2 parent representatives. I understand that there were some delays getting those new representatives in place, and I will continue to work with the governors to make sure that they're put in place. There are other options. There are co-opted government positions as well. I'm happy to continue working together until we have a governing board which is truly reflective, and I know it's a very diverse school, and in this situation in particular we need to make sure parents have a strong voice. I'm happy to meet up with you to discuss those issues. As always, my door is always open to yourselves and to